Maybe when you were in South Africa, you saw what was competitive. Is it wildlife? Is it culture? What can we position on the region or international that will be more competitive? Since you have been in all these markets, you have seen. Please tell us. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. And I also want to appreciate being here on this panel. My name is Ambassador Rosa Malango. For 28 years, I worked with the United Nations. And 3 years ago, His Excellency the President hired me out of the UN to come and work in Uganda. So I'm a proudly freshly minted Ugandan now. And I'm really, really excited about seeing how to bring that international experience to my new job. Now, when I look at tourism and trade, and I really took the position tourism and trade because I think they're linked, there are a couple of things that I considered a priority. Number one is mindset. We look down on ourselves. We look down on our heritage. We look down on our products. And because of that, we're shy about telling the story. So one of the first things that I've been trying to do is to identify those people with products, with inputs, and help them to develop them to meet international standards. Now, I had to start by leading by example. So I used my UN pension to create the TAC Hub. And what I do, the TAC Hub, I work with women-led SMEs and young people, and we create and brand products and fashion made in Uganda. So every time you see me, I'm wearing something made in Uganda. So I have to lead by example. So we're demonstrated that we can wear casual, we can have uniforms, we can do sports, you can do state house made in Uganda. The more the women work with me, the better they get at it. So already just by showing up, I'm doing fashion. So people see me and they want to know where is that from, and I say Uganda, and they go, they were not aware Uganda had fashion. This is a product already. Now imagine how many of you know people working in fashion. But we need to get together, we need to get better at it, we need to organize ourselves better so that fashion, Ugandan fashion, can be a product. Now, another way of looking at it, I always encourage people to think, try to put yourself in the shoes of the person who is visiting. So for me, it's easier because I used to be here as UN. And I remember I would go somewhere and I would go, this place is beautiful, what can I take home with me? And there was nothing. So recently I went to Gulu for the Northern Uganda Film Producers Award, and I insisted that I wanted to do a heritage tour before the awards. Everybody was shocked. So no. If you're going to invite people to you, you must make sure they see what's around you first. And by doing that, you're creating business and you're creating jobs. So the film producers, I've encouraged them to work very closely with the travel specialists and the tour operators. So if you're having a film event, the tour operator should be there, the travel specialist should be there, and you should have different type of packages for different visitors. Is somebody coming for half a day? Give them a half-a-day package. If somebody's going to stay longer, give them a full-day package. And agree in advance what you want that person to see. Now, for me personally, I wanted immersion. I had heard about actually experience. I wanted to have it. Guess what? And here I have to say, women do organize themselves better. Sorry, because I asked 3 different people, and there was a lady called Gloria from the Remy Tours. She came up with a 4-hour package. She took me to the gate of no return, which I didn't even know existed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I found someone there from Ugandan museums. The guy is by himself. He doesn't even have a souvenir store. He doesn't have anything. So that is a historical location. How many products can you do from those rocks? And you stand there and you look and they tell you, if you keep going straight, it's Sudan and Ethiopia. Oh my God. So that is another product. I go there, I should be able to come back with something. Even the walking sticks that they give you to walk around, give us some that I can take back home from my experience. From there, I went to the LRA, and the LRA Memorial for me was very, very emotional because as having worked in the UN, having worked with victims, seeing the memorial was really something else. And there's an old man trying to do his best to keep those things together. So again, if we're looking at it as a job, that space needs support so that the community can help the old man to keep the memorial alive. And we should be able to sell samples and booklets and brochures that you can take from the memorial. So I was at the LRA Memorial. What do I have? I have nothing. The third part of our tour, which was really well done, was my naming experience. So they told us, you're going to take you to a village, you're going to have to come in dancing, and oh my God, God bless their Chole dance. I could not keep up. It was an experience, and I went with my son. So they explained the steps to us. So we went through the steps, and then you have to talk, and then they give you the name, and my name was given was Achiro, and my son got his name, and then I asked them, I said, can I have a certificate for my name? And God bless them, in 24 hours, they sent me a certificate.
Wow.
With the name Achiro and explaining the whole process. So well done at Destination Acholi.
Can we give a clap to the Acholis?
So you see how I'm telling you that's an example of a product. I immediately sent it to my friends in the US, and in Spain they're like, oh my God, we have to come and book it. Because the experience, you come into the village, you tell them who you are, you participate in the dance, they explain to you the dance. They have about 35 huts. Out of the 35 huts, 3 are reserved for guests. So if you actually have time, you can actually stay and do the whole experience with them. When you leave, what do you take with you? So I was telling them, you should have calabashes for sale and drums for sale. Everything that you experience, you should be able to take a version with you back home. So now that was an immersion experience. So when I came out now to the event to talk about film, my appeal was, ladies and gentlemen, can we make a movie about the Gate of No Return? Because if you make a movie about the Gate of No Return, people will come to see where the movie was done and why. And now if I'm coming to see about the movie, I need to get water, I can get an Acholi dictionary. You see all the products, the merchandising comes in. So use the film, tell your story, create the experience, and give them the memories. We need to look at product development as a business. So I'm going to conclude by just making reference to, I hope you guys love the space you're in today. Do you guys love this space? Okay, this is another product. So I have been working for the past year with the Producers Guild of Uganda. And the whole idea was, how can we elevate the filmmakers so that the government sees them as an industry? So we advocated and fought to have this room called what? The Film Experience.
Wow.
And that's why we have the different guilds here. How do we do costumes? How do we do props? The Screen Guild is here. We're showing the short movies made in Uganda in between. And guess what? Most of the government people came, they told me they had no idea. So we pulled this off. So imagine how much more we can do if we work together.
Thank you.
My dream as I end, in terms of product development, I know I'm being ambitious, but I think we can do it.
Yeah.
My dream is to convince the government to set up a film business park with an ecosystem at one location. So far, it looks like we might be able to find some land in Jinja. And so the idea would be, let the government buy the equipment, because it's really, really expensive. We already have the talent. And then you have an ecosystem within which everybody can stay, you rent a space, and we can host our counterparts from other countries in a dignified space. Thank you.
Can we clap bigger? Can we clap better for Ambassador Rosa? Thank you very much for that.